Hello, this is the Trade US Stocks and Futures Market Preview for Thursday, the 22nd of July, 2021, and Friday, the 23rd. So this will be the last market preview for the rest of the week, as we typically don't do market previews for Friday. And given this week, there's really no reason to do that. So here's a look at the ES front month futures contract. This is the daily chart of the broad market futures form. As you can see, we dipped earlier in the week. Started to look interesting, although that was on a gap, so that didn't really give us an opportunity. Tuesday was a bit of a rebound, and then today, Wednesday, again, up again. So we basically, and by the way, today was really flat intraday. So, and so was Monday. So it's really not been, what looked like it could have been an interesting week has turned into not an interesting week again. And we're sitting basically just barely above where we closed last Friday. Crude oil, $70.30, bounced back a bit after selling off about 10 points earlier in the last week or two. Gold down $1 to 1802.40. So not much there. The S&P cash though was up 35.63. Again, we're near all-time highs. Why not? The Nasdaq 100 up 114.42. Again, approaching highs here, but still under the risk line from the weekly sell signal. SOX up 97, 13 sell signal in place there. Has not done anything either way to complete that. Biotech's up 30. Still nowhere near the highs. Russell 2000 up 39. Look how flat the small caps have been. I mean, wow. For months now. The VIX closes down $1.82, back down to 17.91 after getting all the way to 25. Immediately just ignores it all. Trend closing at 0.5. That's a super low reading on the trend. Look how fast that 10-day has dropped. And if I go back 10 days, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we're going to lose a 1.5 number. Yeah, I mean, it's going to take a little work for this 10-day moving average to get down where we would be a signal for us. 4.4 billion shares on the NASDAQ for volume. It's not great. And you'll see that in the intraday action. Advanced decline ratio on the NASDAQ plus 2120. So way more stocks up than down. On the New York, up 15.54, 15.57. So again, one of the more positives as after having one of the most negatives for the year to date. Only literally a couple days ago, or Tuesday was, or Monday I guess, was the third worst advanced decline ratio since January 1st. Now we're maybe in the top 15, so it's a rebound. Google gains 26.79, still operating under that 13 sell signal. Apple down 75 cents. No one seems to care about that one. Netflix down 17.42. That's a big day down for Netflix. Amazon up 12. It's kind of a blip, but it bounced right off. This is what's amazing, right? Look at that 3,500 number, which was the low on Monday, and go back to like last October. That was the 3,500 point, the breakout. We faked it once in April and then really broke out here in June, and now we're retesting it and holding it. We'll see if Amazon doesn't hold, the market's obviously going to be a little more negative. Tesla down 5.21, kind of a blip for Tesla. Facebook up $4.57. Zoom down $2.84. IC. Goldman Sachs up $8.74. And sitting where it was weeks ago, obviously months ago even. TLT, the 20-year bond ETF, down $1.90. That's a big move down. And by the way, that is a floating island reversal on the bonds. 2 days up and then just gap down completely. If you look at that on an intraday basis, IC, that is what we call a floating island. So it is what it is. The Dow was up 286 points. Bitcoin back above 30,000 at 32,000 actually. Let's look at the intraday action 5-minute candles, and this is just, look how tiny these candles are, right? So after a gap down, this is your week so far, right? A big gap down, a little push lower, but basically a flat day. Came almost back up to where it started on Monday. Then Tuesday, a little gap up and just rallied all day, filled the gap from Friday, and then flattened out, but still at least there was some range. Then you look at what happens today, right? The small gap up, these tiny candles, and basically just dead flat action all day long. NASDAQ side, except for the last two candles, which doesn't matter because it's after the market closes with some earnings coming out. That's a pretty boring day on the NASDAQ. So this is not what we want to see anywhere. All right. In terms of economic data still coming out here in the U.S. for the week ahead, or the rest of the week. Initial and continuing jobless claims Thursday morning at 8:30 a.m. CB leading index at 10, existing home sales at 10, natty gas at 10:30. Japan goes to bank holiday for Friday, and then on Friday here in the U.S., just the flash services and manufacturing PMI numbers at 9:40 5 a.m. Eastern Time. That will wrap up the week, but this has not been the week that we were looking for, even though it still keeps us, for example, if you go look at the NASDAQ futures and go to the weekly chart, it still keeps us basically under that risk line, right? So there's your sell signal on the weekly side, and we're still holding under that. So the signal is still in place. There's things going on, but this is certainly not the most interesting week. Unfortunately, if we hadn't gapped down Monday and had actually sold off during the day, it would have been way more interesting. Charts, as usual, brought to you by eSignal. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple of weeks. Have a great trading Thursday and Friday and a great weekend.